post?
Well, yeah, that's why you always carry a backup recording, right?
Yeah.
So for those of you that have just been watching our lips move,
hey, thanks for watching our lips move.
I think we just got it worked out. 15 minutes in. This is the fun of live streams, everybody.
Okay. Here's the deal. Here's what we're going to recommend that you do. My bad. Was I supposed to
It
turn
happens.
on?
No, it's fine.
Hey, look. Here's
changes every time you change locations or
Right.
days. The kind of the requirements, how you're going to connect to the internet, and so on. Those all change.
Okay. Back to where we started, which we're not going to go through all that again.
No. Hey, you guys, this is the perfect reason why you need to go over to our website
Right.
at partscounterguru.com and subscribe to the podcast. You'll get the full audio of what we just talked about, including We
talked about the electrification of the vehicles here. There's a lot of excitement around EV performance, and there's some great stories that are coming out. I'm kind of fast pacing what we already talked.
I'm telling Sideshot that we're unmuted now.
Did he text you?
I caught it before. We are out there. It might be buffering, but we are definitely going. Or we not?
Okay. No, it picked back up finally.
There you go. You got audio?
Yeah. This is one of the main halls. This is the green hall right back here, and that section is going to be Machinery Row. Our good friends at AER are down there. We already told you guys that. We're repeating ourselves for the live feed here, so just telling you that. Been a great show. I'll say this: I'm excited to come back next year. I think it's been a good show for us. Keith and I were not really sure whether or not this
to do with the racing industry, but that has to do with engine rebuilding. I mean, just down to literally the nuts and bolts of racing engines. Now, there were some cool toy hauler, RV trailer stuff over in the stadium, which is the Lucas Oil Stadium.
One of them was not as pricey as you thought it was going to be.
Yeah, you be careful here because my wife's probably watching. So
yeah, I'm just saying.
But she knows I've been looking for an enclosed trailer. Honey, I think I found one.
Yeah, it's pretty nice actually. But price-wise, I was surprised, frankly, at how I wouldn't call it inexpensive, but how competitively priced it was.
Right.
You say?
Yeah. Well, they're all think of it like a ramp, but it's on the side of the trailer and it pops open sideways. And the more convenient features you have, of course, the higher the price.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. Okay, you live participants. Make sure you leave us some comments here as we're.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and pull open
and see if you've got any questions. Maybe we can answer those for you while we're talking here. In the meantime, the show closes at 4. They still have a steady stream of people in the halls. First or second week in December every year, and it is a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday show. So just make sure that you just go to the PRI website, Performance Racing Industry Show website, to find out how to get in. If you are one, which was kind of nice for us because they gave us the floor every day at 8 a.m. We were free to walk about the halls as we wished. And I thought it was very well laid out and very well planned.
Very well planned out.
Engine Rebuilders Association.
I'll buy you a membership.
Yeah, stocking hat.
Right. Oh, t-shirt. So it was very planned out. To your question, very well planned out. It was very well laid out.
Our access and our ability to be able to navigate as freely as we did.
Right.
It really helped.
Yep.
I mean, as creators, as podcasters, to be able to have access to your gear and readily available,
right,
was wonderful. They have hotels that are, they have 4 or 5 hotels that are like connected.
They're booked.
They're booked. Pro tip though, if you are going to come next year and you want to eat at a fine establishment in town, if I were you, I would go ahead as soon as they announce the dates for next year's show. I would go ahead and reserve a restaurant, a table for yourself, because otherwise you're going to be waiting in line for hours to try to get in. I walked around the city my first night in just to get a quick bite after I flew in. Probably 2 hours trying to just find one open seat at a bar. So was that Two Hearted Ale. That was really good. Have you ever had Two Hearted Ale?
I have.
By Bell's?
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan, but
it's good.
Yeah, that's more your speed.
Yeah, I like it.
So, what else, man? Is there anything that you saw that you're still thinking about that, you know, drew you to the show? I mean, you know, I kind of enjoy the interaction with a lot of the exhibitors.
This show specifically, because of it's like a family. This industry the racing industry is like a family, and the exhibitors, the suppliers of all the engine components, the cylinder heads, the blocks, the turbos, everything you can imagine revolving around the racing industry, it's here. And what's cool is they will take the time to talk.
To be honest, right?
Well, it's true. It's true. Oh, and we got to see our good friend Dave Monahan.
Yeah.
Over at
Yeah.
Goodson, Goodson Tooling Supplies. Thanks to Dave, and make sure you're subscribed. Again, we got a
not shy in front of the camera.
Not at all. Dave is in happy retirement today.
Yeah.
That's coming up soon. He's going to be retiring, and he's looking to get into some contacts that are still watching even after we were, you know, no subtitles. We couldn't even give them that.
Right.
Nothing. Man. So,
I'm just telling you, man. It's just like being at my house. Everybody, my lips are moving and nobody's listening. So that's sort of par for the course, right?
So, would you do it again?
Would I come back here?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I was telling Jay off camera before we started the show. I went to activity throughout the Midwest yesterday.
Yep.
You don't want to go outside. And so that sort of forces everybody to stay in on the show. But it's just kind of the travel in December kind of...
It can be iffy, and I can tell you that I've never gotten trapped in a storm, but I've had to drive through them, and it's not fun. When you're going south out of Indianapolis or north in this area and dump a lot of snow very quickly, and it gets cold. It was 60 degrees at I think like 5 this morning, and now it's in the 40s. It dropped like a rock. It's supposed to get in the 20s tonight. Keith's going to be going back home. I myself am going to be staying in the Indianapolis area for a few more days. I've got some friends to visit. My wife is flying in, so I'm very happy about that.
Well, enjoy your stay here. I just pulled up the stream feed here so that if you want to chat us, if you've got anything you want to know, or you want us to try to grab some content on while we're here, we're going to be here for a few more hours. Just give us a heads up and I'll see what we can work out. We've got a fun little holiday video that we're going to shoot, and I'm going to just tease this, Jay, because I think it will entice everybody to we're going to run around in the hall in some festive apparel. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. You have to make sure you watch the video to find out.
Yep.
And wish some people Merry Christmas and just see how that interaction goes.
Yeah,
so,
that'll be fun.
Should be quite entertaining.
All right. So, how is the racing industry? I'll tell you how the racing industry is. We have been told, and we've seen it, that the engine building industry really has thrived through this pandemic. And if anything, performance shops really ticked up in business because they
may have the inability to either get another vehicle to get parts,
right,
or some combination of those,
right.
And so they went, hey, I can get the parts that I need,
right,
for this rest.
In any industry out there, getting product in has been a bit of a challenge, but some of the suppliers that we talked to have tried some sort of normalcy with that. I think we're coming out of that.
Well, here there's absolutely no admission at all that there's even any sort of viral issue going on right now.
Right.
It's just wide open, as you pointed out. So
yeah, it is.
You know, that's and I think I
did a road show.
didn't they? The city was in kind of a shutdown mode, and
it was.
I guess so. What we're not telling you is that Jay and I, having been at SEMA a month ago, where you couldn't go indoors in the convention center in a hotel without a mask on. It is a completely
a mandate in place, but that's not to say that there aren't people wearing masks, and they're wearing masks out of their choice, and that's perfectly fine. If you want to do it, do it. I don't blame you. Keith and I both are vaccinated, fully vaccinated and boosted, so we're when any major illnesses from this, but we'll see. It remains to be seen. We're on your side, everybody, and you know we feel that everybody has the right to choose and do whatever they want to do, and if you do it with conscience, and just understand that we're all in this together, people. So our daily lives and creating content for you, podcasting. This is an industry that will.
Kind of the interesting part that we're seeing now, because there is some concern over, hey, you know, we just have to go down the road of an electric vehicle.
Right.
You know, lots of models in our catalog, but it's too cost prohibitive right now, and so there's a little bit of uncertainty there that's sort of making people, what, you know, is it going to die? But it's reassuring to me to see that
we picked a bad place to park it. There's like a pizza place over here and a chicken. And, wow, this is amazing.
Here, let me see if I can grab a quick.
See if you can you do this?
Well, I'm tethered, but yeah. Well, that's just one entrance, right? Yeah, it's kind of a back door secret area.
Yeah, it's after lunch. Side of the halls, I think there were things is actually in Speedway, Indiana.
That's weird. Why would they?
Why would you call it that?
Right. Yeah.
Right. So if you didn't know that, there you go. There's a fine piece of that was like everywhere, except you'll never guess what we saw here. More Broncos, man.
Yeah, this is really not the place for them, but yep, sure enough.
Broncos were here, but you got to watch our video over on our channel at youtube.com/Parts County Gurus. I know you're watching, if you're watching this, and that's where you're going to see it, but we did this. It was we basically filmed all the Broncos of SEMA, and it's kind of a fun video, tremendous amount of fun. So, me, personally, had a great time. Got to see some old friends, people that I've worked with for over the last 20 plus years in this faces again, man, you know, and get back out after
It's the interaction part that I was talking about, you know. Race cars are cool, don't get me wrong, but there is a certain day for a year and a half.
Right.
And then you get to see them again, and everybody's a little bit more enthusiastic this time.
Yeah, I think so. I hugged a few people, man, you know, which is always nice to see your old friends and you know, press the flesh, if you will, and shake some hands. You know, where are you going?
Not that it would have happened in Vegas either, just saying. Okay, so...
Funny
all right,
stuff.
Man. We're going to go hit the floor for a little bit in full festive apparel.
The performance racing industry is full steam ahead. I'm excited for it. Again, good to see some of these old faces that I've seen for years selling the product that they're selling and keeping us going. Business is coming back, so that's a sign. It's a sure sign we're on the mend, and I'm happy for us as an types of opportunities. So thank you to PRI for that. Thank you SEMA for that. Thank you to all the organizations out there that make this thing continue to go around. So outside of that, I mean, make sure you subscribe to the podcast, which is partscountyguru.com.
Click on the there's a what is back to another podcast before the holidays, and we're not sure right now. We're going to take a little bit of a break. Jay's on a little bit of a break, just in case. Everybody have a great holiday season, which includes, of course, Merry Christmas.
Christmas, Happy Holidays, or whatever you call it. Cheers, guys. Thanks.
All right, so that's Jay. I'm Keith, coming at you live from the PRI show in Indy. We'll see you in the next video.